G'day dear friends, welcome to Xrissart. My name is Chrissy. Thank you for joining me today. Okay, first of all, I'd like to tell you what we've been doing, or what I've been doing. I've been doing a pastel painting so far. It's called The Baker, and you can see, I think, oh no, I haven't got it up there yet, but this is a 30 by 40 centimeters. It is Anthracite Pastelmat by Clairefontaine. I'm using PanPastels, but I'll also be using Pastel Pencils and soft pastels down the track, but I just want to get some of these details down, not details, some of these just blocking, I suppose we'll call it blocking, but it'll be more than blocking, making sure that I get my shapes right and stuff like that. And I have been working with all kinds of tools. I've been working with soft tool sponges, I've been using bristle brushes, I've been using all kinds of things. So I'm just going to keep on going. By the way, this is part 3, and the last session I was working on the face. I swear that one takes such a long time, and I know that it might get a bit boring in the beginning, but it's something in my head that has to happen right. I don't know what, it's my head, I'm pretty sure. But anyway, I just wanted to say hello to everyone that's popped in to say hello, and thank you for popping in. Hi Cherry, hello. G'day Helen. Okay, I'm just dropping in for a little bit, have a shift tomorrow at work. You work so hard, Helen. Hi Robin. Hi Nuria. Okay. Hi Diane. G'day Abigail. Hello. All right. So I do have my all my stuff ready to go, and I will. Just to let you know, the people that are doing the group painting, I'm so sorry it's taken so long to put together. I'm hoping to see if I can put it together this week, and so please, thank you for your patience. I do apologise for the delay. That's all I've got to say about that. But yes, all right, let's get with the program. First of all, I just want to find out how everyone is going. I hope everyone is going well or doing well. You know, with me, like, I've got my day job, and I try to fit as much as I possibly can in. What can I say? I have been looking at some people's painting in Share Your Art with Xrissart on Facebook, and I must say I'm inspired by all of you. Of course, you all inspire me. Hi MD, hi Sneaks, hello. You all inspire me, and I'm thinking to myself, oh, by the way, just let me know when my head pops in, because you know what's happened? My chair has lost its, oh, hi Chandri, hi. My chair has lost its hydraulics, and it just went pooh, and I'm going, oh, I've got to order another chair. Yeah, it was a cheap chair, it wasn't any good, so I have to invest in a very good chair, stuff that won't make me sink. So I'm on pillows and on the chair. Seriously, if you saw what it actually looked like, you'd go, Chrissy, really? Jeepers. So if I lean over, just say, Chrissy, your head's in the way, all right? Okay, so I've got my glassine paper. I'll just do this. Hang on, let me just tear this bit up. So yes, I'm inspired now. I'm not quite sure if Robin comes in, our friend Robin comes in the chat, but she's been using oil pastels, and I'm thinking to myself, golly gosh, I have not used oil pastels in yonks. So you know what? I'm thinking, geez, I've got to get those out. So I have to say, a chair really is an art supply. Yes, Deb, it is. It is. What was I thinking? It is an art supply. It helps my back, doesn't it? Yeah, so I'm thinking to myself, wow, I've got to get these oils out. And you know what? I've got the Rolls Royce of oils pastels, can I tell you? Mind you, like, I saved my pretty pennies, and like, I bought them when I was able to. I don't think I would be able to buy that whole set right now. It is just way too expensive. What am I saying? Everything is expensive. Oh dear. Oh, have I started to record? Thank you. Yes, I did. Just before. Thank you. I'm so glad you did that. You said that, because yeah, that's really important. Oh, I've got so much that I wanted to I've got a lot of videos that of the projects that I have done. I haven't posted them. I haven't been able to work on them, so I've got a summary of what I've been working on. So there's a lot that I need to do, but you know, I can only do what I can do. This is a tiny face. Why don't you just use pastel pencil and make your life easy? True. It's a very good way to go about this. My head wants to, and maybe it's just in my head, but I want to protect the tooth. Pastelmat can take a beating, so I know that in the back of my mind, but I still would like to take care of it. So using the brush helps the bristles. Well, this brush for me, what happens is that it doesn't flatten the tooth, so the bristles are working in between. If I got a microscope, that's what I suspect would be happening. So I'm protecting the tooth, because then once I put the pastel pencil, that's when, and I know that I could use it very lightly, light pressure, but still I feel that it might flatten, because I might forget about my pressure, knowing that I want to just get into that bit. So this is my thinking, and I know everyone works differently. Frozen? What's frozen? Okay. Hi Autumn, hello. I'm almost done with work. Thanks for the company. Wonderful. Now, what did I pick up? Okay, so yes, so I'm talking about the oil pastels. I think it's time to bring them out. Yes. Definitely. So, okay, you finished off your baker, and I finished off a baker, and I'm framing him today. You little beauty. Oh, you know what, Cherry, I just think your baker is absolutely to die for. I love that you put his cupboard in the back, so you really know that he's in a room, and I think that your version is so much better. Yeah, I decided not to do that and just concentrate on him, but you've done a stellar job. I'm so, look, I don't have the words. There's no words. I don't have them. It's just amazing work. It was frozen here too. Is it? It's saying excellent connection. Not sure. Okay, Chandri. Okay, Helen. Okay. Helen, it was frozen here too. Okay, you girls are in the Netherlands and Germany. What's it like in the UK and Spain? And the US? Hi, Diane. Oh, sorry, I missed you as well. Hi, Diane. Hello. Okay. It's okay now. All right, cool. Okay. So tell me, what has been happening to you all? What is new in your neck of the woods? All I know is that it's nice and warm in the northern hemisphere, and it's a bit chilly here. I'll probably complain all winter. And for us, we do get winter, and it does get cold. You know, in the southern states. Okay, in the southern states, I got to say, not the northern states. Northern states, it's warm all year round almost, closer to the equator, you see. Yeah. So, hi, Janice. Hello, my dear. Okay, Nuria, now it's okay. Okay, grandson born yesterday and youngest daughter engaged today. Oh, congratulations, Diane. Both times. Very, very nice. Very, very, very nice. Well, oh, that's just wonderful news. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. My card's full. That's all right. That's okay. That's okay. 32 degrees in the US. Deb. Oh, man. Oh, so jealous. So jealous. Yeah. Well, that's the way it goes. We've got to have seasons, don't we? But why? Yeah. Okay, smoke is finally clearing from the Canadian wildfires. Finally this afternoon. Oh, this reminds me. This goes back, and it reminds me of the time when we had just an explosive summer, and we had fires. And of course, I live near the bush, and it was close. We were trying to get ready with hoses, and we had them all ready. So this reminds me very much of what we went through a few summers ago. Yeah, not last summer, but I think it was the summer before that. Maybe. Yeah, it was really bad. Yeah. Okay, yes, you remember that, Chandri, yes. It was 22 here in Holland and not too much sunshine. Wow. It was cool here today, only 21. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's cold for us still. Okay, between 30 and 35 degrees here in Malaga. Malaga? I'm going to get it right, because there's an accent on the A, so it's Malaga. Did I get it right, Nuria? Oh, God, I hope I got it right. Yeah, still lots of smoke here. Oh, as well, Janice. Wow. Oh. Yes, okay, I got it. Malaga. Oh. You know, I don't even know why sometimes I get these pronunciations wrong. I do have, like, my ethnic background is Greek, and I should be able to roll the tongue and stuff like that, but I still have, and you know, like, for, you know, with the European type, probably not so much the Asian, but the European, I should be able to say these words properly. I think I probably struggle with the maybe with the German pronunciation, maybe a little bit, maybe a lot, probably from where you're sitting, but yeah. Yeah, so I should be able to get these right. You do. Oh, thank you, Nuria. Oh, dear. Okay. So, okay. Hi, Ali. Haven't seen you in a while. How are you? I hope you are well. Okay. Have you got some new pigment information for us? This is what I'm waiting for. And has anyone discovered any new art supplies that they would like to share with the group? I think that's always something that we're always talking about. Okay, Cherry says, I just can't roll my R's. Yeah. It's the way sneaks office chairs. Yeah, well, that's one thing I should get, shouldn't I? Yeah, you're so funny. You make me laugh. I rediscovered Inktense. Oh, tell us more, Helen, if you can. Tell us more. Tell us more. And see, that's the thing, like, you go away for a while from your from a particular medium, and you come back to it with a new vigor. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, with like so much more you know, so much more like enthusiasm and motivation and stuff like that. So If I can tell you what new art supplies, look, I won't tell you any new art supplies because they're not new, but ones that I have been playing with on Patreon, which is a segue, which I'll talk. And if you're all, if there's anyone who's just stumbling onto this channel and was wondering if I have a Patreon channel, yes, I do have a Patreon channel. We do all kinds of different projects, and it's mainly building your confidence. That's what we do. I wouldn't say it's for the absolute beginners, but not that the absolute beginners can't do it. With a bit of perseverance, and I do go slow, and it's all real time. But there is some stuff there which is probably a little, maybe I would say intermediate. Cherry, you can tell me. Maybe you're one of our patrons, and Nuria, you're one of my patrons here. Is it sort of like intermediate, would you say? Intermediate? Well, what the thing is that I push you a little bit. I just, give you a little nudge and try to, otherwise you're not going to get any better. Mind you, if I'm pushing you, I'm pushing me too. You know what I mean? So, definitely. Yeah, so, now I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, projects and stuff like that. So I've been working on, apart from pastel painting, I'm doing we're doing two projects side by side. It's the same reference, and we're going pastel versus watercolor. I think in Cherry's situation, she's decided to use gouache, but I suppose you could say, but it's all about when you're using a different medium for the same image, what kind of results are you going to get? So that's what we're on about, really. And we're doing a project to boot out of it. Cherry, yeah, I think it's okay for beginner to intermediate. Well, there you go. See, there you go. Okay, Ali says, I have been to Turkey for 2 weeks and had eye surgery. Oh, okay. I couldn't use my phone because of my eyesight. Well, I hope you must be better because you're here now, so that's good. You're here now. Okay, there are some words I still can't pronounce in Dutch. My own children correct me. Wow, okay, well, there you go. Because you're not native to the Netherlands, are you, Abigail? Yeah. Ink tense. Okay. Okay, I'm afraid my son has just discovered my intent. Oh, in ink. I can't even say it quick. Ink tense. Okay. Abigail says, yeah, that is great. They should be creative at a young age. Of course. Yes, you push us to try new mediums. Well, there you go. There you go. Wonderful. Oh, thank you, Janice. Thank you so much for sharing that. Also, these links are in the description box below. So hopefully you can get to those links. Ali says, Chrissy, not really new art supplies, but Daniel Smith has discontinued their oil paint range. Really? I didn't know that. And decided to extend their water-soluble oil paint. Ah, okay. Well, because I was about to say that as I was reading it. I know that they've got water-soluble paint. Nanette, hello, my dear. Hello, hello. Now, you can't say that I haven't given you a very warm and wonderful welcome. Oh, hi, Vivian. Hello, hello. How are you going? Hope all is well on your side of the fence, because should be warm up there for you, shouldn't it? Okay, your youngest son, Abigail, is 13 and crazy about race cars. Oh, yes. What, as in Formula One? I know a little bit about Formula One. There's only a reason why I know a little bit about Formula One. It's because hubby watches F1. And I do sit there and watch with him at times. Not all the time. Okay. All right. I feel that I've blocked in enough, and now I'm in the face, and now I'm just about to go in and start adding some lights, real lights and real darks. That should help. Janice. Oh dear. Yes, Formula One, Abigail, and they okay, and they're really expensive. Oh yeah. Chrissy, what I love about the Inktense is that you can water it down and put down light washes, and oh yeah, and they stay put once they're dry. Oh yes. So I suppose it's really good for building layers, isn't it? So you'll go from light layers, yes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. I just remembered what I was telling you about. We're talking about art supplies and what, not so much that it's new, but one that I've been talking about a lot lately, and it's the paper, Armature. It is a handmade paper made in Italy. It's a true handmade paper, 100% cotton, and it is absolutely beautiful. Honest to goodness, have I got it here? Oh yeah. This is true, okay? This is true, and I think I talked about it last week. I'm not quite sure, but I'll talk about it again, seeing as I'm talking about this paper. This is the paper called Armature. Now, to you, it's not going to look anything different to you on online, but you take my word for it. You can see the grooves of how they've pressed on one side and how it is on the other. One side is a little bit smoother, cold press, okay, cold press. One is just a little bit rougher, but not that much, like it's all in the lines of cold press. Anyway, so I was practicing one week, and I just wanted to see how these colors would look. I just was mucking about, and then I let it go. And then the week after that, I got one of my brushes, a dry brush, and see how that was all that same color. I picked that color up a week later, like a week later, and then that was me scrubbing with a scrubber brush, and I thought to myself, and this bit here was a paper towel. As soon as this happened, apart from me using it, as soon as this happened, I thought, oh wow, oh wow, wow, wow. So if you're going to ask me, do I recommend this paper? I say, hell yes. Yes, very much so. Okay. Okay, Nuri says, my husband gave me a box of 120 Sennelier oil pastels. Oh, wow. Yes. For our 27th anniversary. I never try oil. Well, I'm going to try them. I think we have got the same set, Nuria. They are beautiful. Yeah, you'll love them, especially with, oh yes, Abigail. Yep. Abigail is true in saying that. It's going to be my first time with this medium, so I'm watching a lot of YouTube tutorials. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? I had, a while back, I had done a comparison between the oil pastel and the soft pastel and what differences, what were the differences. So what I'll do is I might link that video in Share Your Art with Xrissart for you, Nuria. So you'll see what I've done with that. It was just a very simple snail. It was a very simple project. It was done a while ago, but it's still very relevant. So most of the video, it's Glassine. Yes, you. Well, maybe they got it from us. I don't know, but they've been around a long time. But a lot of Europeans, I mean, you know, a lot of Europeans say a lot of words the same too. For example, I know that there's a lot of Greek words. There's quite a few words in the Greek language that come from France. So there is that. Also, if you notice, I'm not quite sure, well, in Australia, there are some influences from the French language only because because we follow the English spelling in lots of things. So, and sometimes the English, the way we say things. So I suppose we've copied the English who copied the French, right? So for example, what's a word that I can say? Sometimes the word, the CH, we don't say ch, we say sh. And of course, SH is sh. But there's a lot of words that we say here in Australia that start with the letter, like a chassis, for example. We say chassis, like it's the chassis in a car. But for example, in the States, they call it a chassis. And I would imagine that in the UK, they say that, the chassis. And I would imagine that that is a French way of saying something. I don't know. Correct me, please. Okay. Okay. You were buffering for a few seconds, Chrissy. I don't know why. It's saying excellent connection. Well, it's not you. It's got to be me. If you're... Do you know what I mean? Like, it's got to be me, but I'm not sure why it's doing. I do apologize. So just hang in there. Just hang in there. There we go. Cherry, who's from the UK, says yes, sh. Okay, here's a word that I know in Greek that the French say. Now, a petticoat in French is combinaison, right? But the Greeks also say that, combinaison, right? So this is what I mean. Like we say words, and I imagine in Germany, or I don't know, in France. Oh, there you go. Hi, Heidi. Hello. The baker looks very nice, and a deviation of your usual, ladies. Yes, it does. And there's a reason why, Heidi. I'll tell you why. Probably a very good segue into why I'm doing this. In Share Your Art with Xrissart, every month, it's a Facebook group that we belong to, and we continue the conversation from the live stream, where we talk about our art supplies, where we talk about new things that the group might be interested in, videos, YouTube videos that the group you think might be interested in, sharing those, sharing your profiles, you know, your Instagrams and stuff like that. It's always welcome, you know, so long as you're respectful and stuff like that. There's no real rules as far as being respectful, and no politics. I'm not into politics, everyone, so I'm not into that. So on Share Your Art with Xrissart every month, and which is due, I've got one ready to go for the new, and we call them inspirations. So I put three images that are royalty free. So if the group wants to paint something and not quite sure what to paint, if you're in that where you don't have much of a mojo, or you want to paint and you don't know what you want to paint, there are three images there to inspire you. Now you can use any medium, any surface, and you can change it any way you like. You can do anything. All it's there is for inspiration. So that's why I call them inspirations. So I put three inspirations up, and you can do one or all. But what happens is that I put them up every month and I don't do any of them side by side with you. So I've done one, which was an African, gorgeous, beautiful African lady, and now the baker. But every month I put some up and I don't do them, but I thought, no, I'm going to do one. So I thought I would do one side by side with you. So Heidi, this is the reason why. But on Patreon, there are my regular style type paintings, and it just so happens I'm designing a image, which I'm nearly there, I'm not quite there, of the March mashup, some of the March mashups, I'm designing one where it's in between a Quetzal. What's it? Oh, it's a resplendent Quetzal. It's a bird. A cross between a resplendent Quetzal. It's a beautiful looking bird. It's got this long tail and it's just gorgeous. And a deer, you know. There's got to be a horn somewhere, okay? So I'm crossing those two to make a creature, and of course my female, which is the thing that I enjoy doing. So because I love doing portraits. So I'm in the middle of designing that. And so yes, Heidi, that is the long response to your and it wasn't a question, it was the reason. I thought I'd elaborate and tell you why I'm doing this. Yes, so you are correct, it's not my normal. But nevertheless, like some of these images that I've put up, I'm thinking to myself, oh look, I could have designed that, but I've actually found them like that in Pixabay. They're from Pixabay, those ones. So if you're ever, you know, I have had some people send me messages, where did you find them? And I do respond, they're from Pixabay, but I do encourage you to, and you can get the direct image from there. It's a bit hard sometimes if you're asking me this question on YouTube and I put the link up, YouTube are going to bomb me out. YouTube won't let me put a link from, say, something else. They'll consider that as spam. So that's why I can't do it in your message, that is. But I just had an idea. I suppose I could put the link in the description box below, but I'm just scared that it's going to, I should be able to, but I should be able to, shouldn't I? I should. It's not going to bomb this video out or anything like that. Okay, MD, let me see. Okay, MD says, oh, your language, like British? Yes, my language, the way I sound, yes. Yep. Can you just hang on a sec? One of my dogs wants to go out. Hang on a sec. You want to go? Here we go. Off you go. Go, Sina. Gosh, I'm back. Sorry. I don't have a doggy door in my door. I should have one. Okay, yes, you can link it in the description. All right, well then I'll have to do that then. I'll link it in the description. Okay, each picture has a number. You can share just the number. We know where to look for it. Okay, yes, all right, well I'll do that in future when people ask me on the channel. I'll do that. Or I'll just put it in. I'll just put, well, how silly. Yeah. Yeah, of course. Yeah. All right. Now you'll be looking at this and you're going, Chrissy, I'm not sure about this yet. A long way to go, unfortunately. Yeah. I just don't want to lose part of my map, so I just want to make some. This is very, very light, by the way. You might try the Baker and Inktense. Ooh. Yes. Yeah, I think this one's not an easy one for those who may want to tackle it, but you know what? I say go for it regardless. You know, I'm going to also try this one in watercolor. Oh boy. Oh, it's really good. Well, it'd be very interesting indeed in watercolor. It'll be totally different, you know. You can't expect it to be the same. Yeah. So, okay, have to wait till my holiday, taking my Inktense and watercolor with me. No color pencils this time. Yes, because it's slow, huh? Maybe watercolor pencils if you've got, because I remember you were talking about, I think you put a post up that you're going on holiday, but oh, that's right, you posted, Helen, you posted a journal. You wanted to take a journal with you, and it was by, and I zoomed in, and it was by Hannah Mueller. Now I'm probably not even saying that correctly. Okay, for the Germans in the chat, can you tell me if I'm how to pronounce Hannah Mueller? Hannah Mueller? Yeah. Oh boy. It's all right. Go easy on me. Yeah. Yeah. So, yes, that is right. It is the professional one for with cotton paper. Oh, lovely. Oh, look, Hannah Mueller make beautiful paper too. Like, oh gosh. See, you're lucky there. You're in Germany. You get it cheap. By the sound. Sound? Has it gone? Do you have sound? You've got sound? Okay. Is the sound okay? Oh, sorry. Did I do something wrong? Well, I did something wrong here. I put too much of the highlight here. Okay. Nothing is cheap anymore. Yes. No, you're fine. Okay. Thank you, Janice. Okay. No way. Here in Holland. Oh, so you're in Holland. Okay. It cost €50. Oh, that's expensive. That's expensive. That's not cheap. Oh boy. Yeah. But I think that's yeah. Now this particular baker has got like a Roman nose. It's sort of like there's a bump. I want to make sure I get that. I like that. I like that he has a bump. Okay. Yes, it is expensive, but cotton paper is, look, everything is expensive. When I think about it. But when we look, I appreciate that, you know, look, I appreciate everyone's, it's sometimes it's hard to get the resources. But there was someone who came into the shop and wanted, I remember where I work in an art shop, and someone wanted to do watercolor on the cheap. And because they were just starting out. So she did give herself a budget, which was pretty good. But all she was saying was things are expensive, it's expensive. I'm going, yes, they're expensive. Everything is expensive. Food is expensive. Do you know what I mean? So I always say sacrifice, get one really good one sheet and cut it up in bits and sacrifice one piece. For example, I sacrificed this piece so I could figure out how it works. So I'm still going to use the back of it. This is the piece that I sacrificed. I cut it in half, right? So I'm going to use this as a practice. But that's what I'm saying. It's expensive for me too. You know, everything's expensive. I thought it should be decently priced as Germany and Netherlands are next to each other. Absolutely. Yes, you would think, wouldn't you? Yeah. Yeah, but hey, I can make 60 pieces in there. There you go. There's always, you know, a positive to a negative. Okay, I saw a teacher on YouTube. She does amazing art using only big pens and printer paper. So it is not the, that's right. Oh, well, yeah. So it is not the supplies, it's the hand. Well, that's right, it's the user, isn't it? That's like with the computer. When the computer goes wrong, when there's something happens to the computer, it's the user, isn't it? It's the button that you shouldn't have pressed. Yeah, I'm sort of a bit careful with this one. Oh, he's just a little head. Do you know what I mean? It's just a little head. And there's a bit of flour on his face too, isn't it? Okay, I have some cheap papers, but I do not enjoy painting on it. I do art for the joy, yeah. Well, you know what? I also don't want to fight with my art supplies. I think if I fight with it, then I'm not enjoying the process. I think that's something. Yeah, that's something. But look, I totally get what you're saying with the biro, but don't forget also, Abigail, the biro is probably different to the pigment as well. To pigment. Do you know what I mean? I totally get what you're saying. Like, I really do. But yeah, definitely the user. Oh, look. Yeah. I'll look for her and link the video. Cool. Usually you can use the cheap watercolor paper with gouache. Is that right? I did a piece with the, what is it? Catalola Dorspen. Similar to the biro. Dotspen. Dotspen. Okay. What did I pick up? We'll soon see. That's not what I wanted. Yeah. So it's interesting to see, well, especially with the technique that I do, if someone else was doing this, look, with soft pastels, there's so much that you can do. You can do loose, you can do tight. Look, so many techniques with pastel. It's the technique that I'm using, that I'm comfortable with, that I'm using. So therefore, this is a slower process, okay? Definitely. No two ways about it. Definitely. The watercolor, what I wanted to do was just talk about the different mediums and how I've applied it with the way I like to work. With the watercolor one, I've managed to get through a whole heap more, but with the pastel and the technique that I'm doing here, it's taken me a lot longer. I can show you a comparison. I've put a post up, but it might be a good idea for me to show you in real life as well here on YouTube how far we've gone through. I know Cherry is tackling this one. So Cherry, I think, is up to the, she's done the gouache part. You've got the face to go. Yes. Take your time. No, don't rush it, Cherry. Yeah. Excuse me. Sorry. Okay, I've spent all my high school years drawing with pen on the back of my notebooks. I know. Okay. Let me see. Okay. Is the art means to make the perfect details or more reality? Well, I don't know. And all you know. Well, look. You know what? That is a very good question, which I think would be very good for people to answer. It all depends. It's all... How am I going to answer this so you can understand? Some people like to do MD. Some people like to do realistic images, almost photographic. This one is realistic. I would consider this one realistic, almost photographic. Okay, so some would say, well, why would you do, I mean, why are you copying a photograph? Why can't you just have a photograph and don't worry about painting? True, right? But there is the enjoyment of painting it, if you like that kind of style. But there are some who like to be a bit more expressive. And all they're doing is, and it happens a lot in all mediums, and it all depends the way you like to paint. So there are some people that would like to just do very quick strokes and make it look, and your brain does a lot of the work where it says, oh yeah, that's a hat. Do you know what I mean? That's a chef's hat with just a few little strokes. See? So details, really, if you're going to do details, some people don't worry about details because you know why? There's no right or wrong way to do anything. But for the way I like to paint, my details come at the very end, probably the last 10%, 15%. So for a long time, it's looking quite ugly. And then all of a sudden, I'll make a mark with a pencil, or I'll make a mark with the brush, and I go, yep, that's it. You see? So I don't know how else everyone else feels about it. So the question again is, art mean that you make perfect details or more reality, or yeah. So this is a very good question. I like that one actually. The tip, Cherry says, you just can't get past the ugly stage of watercolor, and mine is definitely ugly. Oh, you know what? You just got to persevere. This is the thing. You've just got to persevere. Okay? If anything, don't give up. If anything, don't give up. I mean, look how ugly this is looking. This is looking very ugly for a very long time. This poor guy, he's not looking good at all. But I know in the back of my mind where this is going. I've actually visualized it. I know where it's going to be. And the fact that I've got the reference is a great help. But what happens with me at the end, I just change it. I do something and I make it my own. So if I'm usually the reference for me is just a guide. It all depends for what reason I'm doing it. Of course, if you're doing a commission, you're going to do the exact same thing. Or the way it is in the photograph. Yeah, so there is that. Okay. Exactly, Abigail, but that was the best way to put it. Keep going, and then it will change one sweet moment. Absolutely right. Oh my gosh, I'm so with that. Okay, Janice says, I'm starting to paint pouring again. Been away from it for a while. Oh yeah. Janice is the pouring queen here. Aren't you? You're the pouring queen. Janice, I'll tell you why. The reason why I say that, Janice has tried everything. She knows exactly how things, like the chemistry, that's what it is, because Janice has been experimenting a lot. And if you have any pouring questions, Janice is the person. Oh, for sure. Okay. MD says, I saw some of your work, but the reality in fantasy world is is more beautiful. Okay. Thank you, MD. Thank you very much for that. That's lovely. Thank you. Okay. Helen says, I'm working on a commission piece, 3 girls, and a sheet of 50 by 70. Oh, Pastelmat with coloured pencil. Oh, here we go. That's going to take you forever. Ali says, I lose patience with watercolor drying when doing it in layers. I don't with acrylic because they dry much quicker, so it's much easier to layer and glaze. Yes, I understand. And see, there you go. It all comes down to the way you work. Again, this is what I mean. It all comes down to the way you work. Wow, see what one stroke does. It's incredible. There's more here. Chrissy, working on and off 3 months and halfway. Oh, okay. That's cool. That's cool. Oh, Chandri, I wanted to ask you. Yes, I keep on. Oh, yes. I wanted to ask, how's your new little bird? How's your new bird going? Yeah. Yeah, it's all about, so when we say painting, it's all subjective. It's the subjects that you like to paint. There are people that like to paint pet portraits. There are people that like to paint animals. There are people that like to paint landscapes. There are people that paint, what did I say? Did I say portraits? Anything. Pet portraits, not just pets. So, MD, there's a lot of subjects to paint, and of course, I like the fantasy side or the surreal side. Not so fantasy and surreal, because they're different. Things that don't really look like they should be there, but they are there. It's probably, I don't know. It must be the way I think. Yeah. Okay, I'm one of those that enjoy all the subjects, yes. Look, I love animals. I love painting portraits. I mean, I do have ones where I lean towards, of course, but I do enjoy painting animals. I do enjoy painting people. I do love landscapes. I think I've tried them all. I think when I'm trying to think, I think I've done them. Yes. But then, you lean towards something that you really like. Yeah. Okay. Yes, Cherry, you'll try any subject as well, yes. Except for reptiles, too much work. Oh, yeah, the scales, hey. Snakes. Lizards, I've done those. I haven't, have I done a snake? I don't think I've done a snake. I've done lizards. Any subject for me, though I'm terribly weak in landscape. You know what, Nanette? That's a very good point. I was feeling like that too. There was a long time a long time ago when I was wanting to paint a portrait, but I wasn't, I'm sorry, landscape. This is going back some years. And it was something that I wanted to do it, but I wasn't really good at it. I didn't know how to tackle it. But I thought to myself, I can't be in a position where if I saw a beautiful landscape, I thought, oh, wouldn't that be nice to paint? And then I go, oh, look, I don't paint landscapes, so I won't do it. And I didn't want to feel that way. So I thought, you know what? It's not going to look good in the beginning. I'm talking to myself, you know, it's not going to look good in the beginning, but it's okay. You know what I mean? Whatever you do, it's okay. So just keep at it. And that's how I got over my fear of painting landscapes. And in the end, my most epic painting to date is a landscape, and a surreal fantasy landscape at that. So I don't know what to tell you, Nan, but I don't know. Give it a bash, give it a whirl. You know. But this is the way I felt. I didn't want to be in a position where if I saw something nice that I couldn't do it. I didn't want to be able to, you know, not do it. That's how I felt. I'd rather just avoid them. yeah, you could. Yeah. I suppose for me, for me, because of my YouTube channel and because of my Patreon channel, I can't be in a position where if someone was to ask me, oh, Chrissy, I'd like to be like, especially Patreon, more so Patreon than anything else. Chrissy, and I ask, what would you like to paint? And I want to be able to sort of say, what would you like to paint? And then for someone to sort of say, well, I want to do this and I want to do that. And I go, yep, all right, let's do that. So I didn't want to be in a position where I couldn't do it. And it just so happens on Patreon, I did ask, usually when I'm in the middle of a project, I will ask what you would like to do next, because I've actually got to prepare images, prepare references. There's more of a design going on Patreon than it is here lately. So I've been asked, this is the one, this is what I've been asked, because we want to do water and we want to do water stuff. The next one after the project that we're doing now is we want to include waves with foam. Here we go. Waves with foam. We want to include whales. We want to include dolphins, and we want to include mermaids. So I'm going to so these are the requests that have come in from on Patreon. So I'm going to design an image, design a reference that will include all of those. So the person who wants to do foamy bits on waves, that'll satisfy that person. Someone who wanted to do whales and dolphins will satisfy that person. And the surreal part also was from a request from a patron, so it wasn't just me. And I think Cherry was in front, I think, when we were doing all of this, wasn't it? We were going through, she was in the chat and we were talking about that. So you can confirm that if you like, Cherry. But yeah, we've put those elements and I'm going to put it together. So these are the kinds of things that we do on Patreon. Okay. How is the... Yes, I know, Helen. I did mention earlier I do apologise it's taken so long. I'm trying to get it done this weekend if I can. So watch this space. But I do apologise that it's taken so long. Okay, Sneaks. Mermaid references are hard to find. Yes. So, you know, I may have to find a tail from somewhere and a female, and, you know, a female top part from another and sort of put it together. And of course, oh yeah, hi Debbie, hello, hello, hi Debbie. Thank you for popping in to say hello. Nice to see you here. Nice to see you here. Yeah, to be honest, I've never looked up the meaning of my, yeah. Okay, so, oh, okay, bye Helen. Sorry, bye Helen. I didn't say goodbye to you. Bye Helen. I was chatting and carrying on. Oh yeah, take your time. I'm off to Zombieland for now. Oh, okay. You're sleeping. Sorry. Hope to see you all next week. Okay. I got it in the end. I got it in the end. Yeah, so we're going to be doing mermaids. So this will be, yeah. Oh, I have done a mermaid. I have done a few mermaids in the past. So, yeah, so there is that. So what it is, so the projects that we do on Patreon, what it is, it's painting. If you're stuck on an element of something and you really want to be able to do that, I usually incorporate it in a painting. So you've got something, instead of showing you how to do the foam, which I do, right? I do that. But then at the end, you don't have just something that's a foam. You've got a foam and you've got an image that's around it. So this is what happens. This is how it happens here. I know this face has taken a while, but I really want to make sure that I do get it right, because if his face is right, then the whole picture's not going to be right. And it's not right. See, like his. But isn't it good how pastels are forgiving? I can correct my mistake. Okay. And this is a bit too light here, I think. Let's make it a little bit darker. And maybe just a little bit too. And of course it's trying to find the right tone, isn't it? That's all. It's the whole, in this image, it is the most important. Oh, I just, okay, maybe I have to start using my pastel pencil now. Yeah. If you can try different mediums and try different ways of doing things, I think that's a very good way to, if you want to get better and improve, I'm just saying. Because for me, I need 2 lifetimes to improve. I need 2 lifetimes. Yes. Yeah. Most definite. I don't know how you feel about it, but I think the more you do, the more you improve, you know. Okay. I'm being very, very gentle here with the pastel pencil. Now. You know what? It's interesting. His eyes aren't open, but yet there is so much expression in his face that his eyes don't even need to be open. Do you know what I mean? Oh, okay. Yeah, I get really irritable if I don't do some art every day, even if it's only half an hour. Oh, wow. There's passion, and I'm with you on that. 1,000 million, 50 million%. Oh, yeah, I find that too. That's why you get through them so quickly. But yes, so... yeah. Even if it's just like this little bit, oh yeah, definitely. You know what? Sometimes, even if I haven't had time to art, you're not going to believe this. Seriously, you're not going to believe this. Just before I go for my day job, I walk into my art space. I have a look around. I'm going, yep, yep. And then I walk out. I'm thinking, oh, I wish I could stay for half an hour. Do you know what I mean? This is what it's like for me. Now that is weird. Don't you think? I think that's weird. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, Abigail, I pulled out your sketchbook that you made for me. I'm actually going to start to do some stuff in it. So, yeah. And of course, for those who don't know, Abigail makes sketchbooks, and I think Nanette has made stuff like that too. From memory, and it's going back a while. I know it's going back a while, but yes. Okay, yes, that's right. You were doing bookbinding. Exactly. Okay. Oh, it's not weird at all, Cherry. Okay. Okay, it's not. Oh, okay, Deb, it's not weird. It's your happy place, and yes, people grab their phones when they have to wait. I grab my sketchbook. Beautiful. Yes, bookbinding. Yeah, I need to practice sketching. Yeah. Okay, you'll love the paper, Chrissy. It's Hannah Mule. Oh my, am I saying it right? Is it Hannah Mueller? It's Hannah Mueller, isn't it? Please correct me. You know, I don't want to be going and talking about this and then all of a sudden, you know, I've been saying it wrong the whole time. Hannah Mueller. Hannah Mueller. Yeah. Because I was corrected with Mitant. If Heidi is, maybe Heidi's gone, but Heidi corrected me on that one, which I really appreciate. Saying, so you don't say mitentes or mitant, mitant, mitant. So, yes. Definitely need a mid-tone here for the eye. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I say that too. Probably butchered the name, but we know what we talk about. It's the rooster. It's the rooster. It's the rooster. What are you saying? Hannah Mueller. Oh, is the rooster? Is that what it is? It's German, so that's right, Deb. Oh, Hannah Mueller is a rooster? Is that what it is? Actually, is that the little logo on the paper? Yeah, I was about to say the logo is the rooster. There you go. Yeah, okay. Yeah. 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 Okay. Okay, yeah, rooster in German, my maiden name. Oh, is that right? Oh, I see, that's why you were saying that before, Deb. Okay. Oh, also, this is when we're talking about art supplies, and I think, well, I've talked about it with Janice as well, I think in the past. I'm looking for an iPad, but I want one where I can design. Sometimes when I'm not in my art space and I'm not in my art space and I want to do art and I'm in a design mode. Do you know what I mean? I design these days now in Affinity Photo, and they've also got Affinity Designer, Affinity Publisher. I love this program. I love this program for quite a few reasons. One, it's a one-off for money, so that's good. It does all the things that I would possibly do. I'm not, of course, Photoshop and all of those. The Adobe Photoshop is the Rolls Royce of design and stuff like that. But there are so many design programs out there, and so I thought, well, if I want to buy more art supplies, then if I don't pay, and of course, Adobe Photoshop is a subscription base, so you've got to be paying every month. So I don't want to be doing that. So when I discovered Affinity Photo and the fact that you can do so much on it, also by buying this iPad, Affinity Photo make the software so you can use it on your computer and on an iPad. So this is the reason why I want to get that. So this is my next, apart from the chair, Deb, apart from the chair that I need to really buy urgently, that's probably the first thing, priority one. Then I want to buy the, and of course I don't want to just get any chair. I need it because I do have some for my back and stuff like that. So yeah, but that's what I want to do, get an iPad. Hi Angie, hello. Oh, I got carried away in the garden, but glad. At least I made it to say hi. Hi Angie, hello, how are you? Thank you for popping in to say hello. Okay, what about a Wacom product, Chrissy? It's really expensive for me. I know Wacom, oh yeah, well, because you've got Wacom, haven't you? A Wacom is like the Rolls Royce of design, say it, designing implement. I can't think of the word. A designing tool. Yeah, a designing tool. Yes, I have a Huion. That's right. Yes, I do. and it's a very big screen, and I use it as a second screen for my computer. Yes, Janice, you are correct. You are correct. But I'm thinking of one when I'm away, or if I'm in bed, I'm just about to fall asleep and I just want to design something. I don't know. I just want one. I just want one. Chrissy, I have the iPad and I bought the Affinity Photo program this past year, but I'm having a hard time figuring it out. How do you learn to use it? Ah, very good. Well, I don't have the iPad. I do have the computer version, and with my purchase, I can use either, right? To be honest, I've taught myself. But you should also have a look that Affinity Photo have so much on tutorials. If you go in and if you go each tutorial, I've also bought the book. You don't need to buy the book, but I did. For one of the reason why I bought the book is because I've got the book side by side, and I've shown on Patreon, I've actually done a few affinity lessons on the computer, and we've gone step by step. So Cherry can also probably vouch for that, where we've gone step by step to do some very simple things. And so pretty much I've taught myself and the tutorials. But I'm happy to help you and do things side by side. The only problem is that I don't have an iPad yet. Okay, you used Photoshop Elements, okay, which well, I've used Photoshop Elements as well. That's also that was a very good starter for me on how to get to know Photoshop. This is going back a really long time ago, so I haven't purchased Photoshop Elements. I really don't need to now with I don't need to when I've got now Affinity Photo. But yes, you love your iPad. Yeah, Janice, don't think I could go without one. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I agree, Janice, so much. Angie, I have a hard time with Photoshop. I just can't grasp it. Well, I tell you what, Angie, Affinity Photo is a little bit more basic, but you can do some fantastic things on there. I'm telling you that now. They're giving Photoshop a run for their money. I'm telling you this, most definite. Cherry says, yeah, I use my iPad all the time. I need an updated one. Yeah. Hang on, I want to go back. Okay, Sneak says, do you have to let your puppy in? No, they're out. They're out. I've left the door open slightly ajar, and they're coming in and out. I've got to get a doggy door in there. Okay, Christy, yeah, I do have the Affinity for both computer and iPad. Did not know about a book, and I really need to start watching their videos. Oh, look, I totally recommend their videos. It'll make a little bit more sense to you when you do that. And I would go real slow. Do you know what I mean? I would go slow. I wouldn't go too quick. Just go slow with it all. Yeah. Cherry, was when we did it, when we did a few lessons, because we did a few lessons, we didn't do too much, but we only did a few lessons. Was that helpful the way we did it? Because we didn't do a project. It was a session. It was an art session, and yeah, they definitely are expensive. It's in the back of my mind, yeah. Well, you know what? Do it. I think you should get it. Okay, I'm thinking the next time I need to upgrade a computer. I'll get that instead. Oh, okay. So what do you think? Oh, I know that you like Macs. I know that you like Macs, Janice. What are you thinking? The MacBook, isn't it? Yeah, I know that you like those. That brand. Yeah, I would like the iPad Pro. Yeah, you know what? I'm this close. I swear I'm this close. I've actually gone into a shop and asked about it. I know this is a bit bright, this face, but once everything else goes in, the face will make a lot more sense. So I just wanted to get the face to the point where I'm happy so I can move on, but I will probably go back to the face, but just enough for me to go on to the next. Okay, we've got all Apple. Okay, another Apple fan here. Okay, yep. Well, you see, my phone is Galaxy, but with Affinity Photo, they only do Apple iPad. So I'm going to have to sit on the fence and, you know, 1 foot in Apple, 1 foot in Galaxy. Chrissy, that is what I'm using right now in bed. There you go. See, in bed. This is what I would be doing, right? I'd be in bed. Yeah, I do that. I do that too. Yeah, see? Okay, love Apple as well, says Debbie. Okay. All right. So, yeah. Oh, you're sick. Oh, what's wrong? Okay. That's what I do too, Chrissy. 1 foot in Apple and 1 foot in Windows, Android. There you go. See? So what are you thinking, Janice? What are you thinking? Are you thinking your computer, I mean? Like, what are you thinking? Sending positive vibes. Yes. Get well. Get well. Part of his eyebrow has got flour on it as well. And it's sort of very bright here. So now I'm putting just a little bit more pressure. But as all this time I haven't been putting much pressure on my yeah, no money, but I will get an iPad Pro someday. Yeah. This thing does take a while to do, doesn't it? Well, I'm talking so a lot of the time, so sorry it's taken so long, but I've got to make sure that I get this right, you know. It's a small face. I like this bump that he's got. And let's put that little, it's got a little highlight just there, little shine on the nose. Maybe too shiny. Probably too shiny because the surrounding area is too dark. It's not the right tone or value. Needs to be a little bit lighter. Let's do that again, hey? How forgiving is that? There we go. Sort of like that. Okay, took me ages to, okay, what is it? Oh yes, Cherry, this took you ages, yeah. It's, yeah. There's this bit that sort of goes just a little bit here. This whole bit, it's his forehead. And it sort of curls up here. There we go. I think that's made it look more. I should show you what we've been doing on Patreon. Let me share again, because give me 2 seconds. I should have had it close by, so hang on a sec. Ooh, okay. So I think I'm just going to leave it there for the time being. So before we go, I just wanted to show you the difference, what I was talking about, the differences between pastel and watercolor and how long it's taken me between each medium. Okay, so first of all, this is the pastel version. As you can see, I've got I keep my palette close by. So far, and of course this is all blocking, you know what I mean? So it's all blocking. And of course it's more refined, let's say to speak, even though I'm blocking, okay? So this is the pastel bit so far. Just, okay, now, hang on, I better put this down. And this is the watercolor version. And what's happened is that it's really interesting. I'm working week to week and I'm building layers. This paper is absolutely gorgeous. This is the Armature that I'm telling you about. I'm building layers, and so I'm nowhere near finished, and I won't be. I'll probably get it to about 90%, okay, because there's still this female that needs to be done. Oh yeah, lovely bright colors. You know what I'm using, Nanette? I'll tell you what I'm using. I'm using Roman Schmal. Have you got yours yet? When you get them, make sure you use them straight away. Yeah. So yeah, I'm building colors. It's just really nice. I'm really enjoying this one. Yeah. For me, the paper is making all the difference as well. So, see, there's lots of things going on in the background. Just so you know, there's a lot of art that's going on during the week. Okay. You are taunting me, of course. Of course I am. All right. Well, look, I just wanted to say, thank you so much for joining me in this session. I know this is taking a while, but you know what? I'm actually quite pleased at how the face is going. It's just a very and of course he looks a bit funny like that, but there's a lot of flour in his face, you know what I mean? So hopefully next week I'm going to start maybe around this area and just keep on going. So I just wanted to say, well, thank you so much for keeping me company. Really appreciate your time. Time is valuable. Absolutely. So I hope you all have a lovely weekend and a lovely week, and I'll